Good morning, everybody. If you're joining in on YouTube, trying to get it situated. Just let me know if you can hear me on YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How is everybody today? Welcome in. Good morning. Shoot. I was trying to. Yeah, I guess it really matters. Let me share it out. I'm just sharing it out to people that usually come in and watch me. Which fluid heart? There. I've sent it out to a few people this morning. I am only live on YouTube and TikTok this morning. I'm doing a pre-recording for June since I am taking a little vacation. We will get started. I'm going to let people start joining in. I don't know how to share it to Dana. We try to share this out really quick. Get it going. Welcome in. Can you hear the air conditioner in the background? Babe, can you hear the air conditioner in the background? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. No? Okay. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Trying to just get everything set up. You see, I am in a hotel this morning, but we are going to still get this recording done. How is everybody today? I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I was a couple minutes early. Exercises. Once I get started, I'm going to move back to the edge back there. I'm going to remove that. I don't know how to take that off. And then, I was going to try to remove that wish list because I can't see it whenever I move back. But that's okay. We're just going to make it work. We're going to make it work. If you're just joining in, say hi. Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. I am going to get it started this morning. I will scoot back. I apologize if you hear the air conditioner in the background. I am in a hotel room this morning. We're just doing a pre-recording for next week's exercises since I'm on vacation. I won't be here Monday. So I want everybody to have the exercises so they can exercise with me on Tuesday. Share it out when you come in. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Welcome in to Mindful Movements. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I wonder if I can move that picture. They're going to think I'm tearing their hotel apart. The things we do as creators. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. I will be moving back. I'll move back to back here, so you'll be able to see me once I get started. Welcome in. Let me see if any of my followers. Good morning, Kate. Fran, welcome in. Let's see if I can send it out to a couple of people. Let's see if there's anybody that I missed. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Remember, I did just go live on TikTok this morning just so I could do my recording. If you're on YouTube, I'm on YouTube as well, but that is just because I needed to use it to record. Good morning. Welcome in. I'm about to get started. And we will get going with June. I know it's not June yet, but I won't be here on Monday. So I wanted to go ahead and go over the warm-up that we'll be doing this month and the first two exercises. So if you're joining in with me later, then you will know the exercises that we're doing. Let's see if I got a reply from anybody. All right, we're going to get this morning started. Let's get this over with. I am going to move back so you'll see me once I move back. Chair out of the way. All right. We are going to be right here. I need you to see my feet and all the things. TikTok, I hope that you can hear me. If you can, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me. I would like to know that anybody that's in here can hear me this morning because I am away from my screen. All right. Our warm up for the month of June is going to be a forward and back step pause. So you'll step forward, pause, back, pause. You're going to go forward, pause, back, pause, and then you're going to switch sides. And I got to stay far enough back that you can see my feet when I do that. So let's get right here. I'm trying to make sure that you can see me on Facebook and YouTube as well, because whenever I record, that's the way it records. Actually, I can go right there. So if you can hear me on TikTok, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know. And then we'll do a side tap, side tap. So those are going to be our first two. And then we're going to do a reach. It's going to be a side reach over. Our warm-ups are just to get you started. So I'm just going to show this one. Our next one is going to be a hip hinge with a sweep. So you're going to hinge over. Let me turn to the side so you can see the hinge over. Then you're just going to sweep those arms around and up. Hinge over. Your butt's going to go back, over, and around those calves. And then out. Down and out. Okay. Good morning, anybody that's just joining in. Thanks for hanging out. If you can hear me on TikTok, please let me know. I am away from the screen while I work. The next one is going to be a shoulder roll. So you're going to roll those shoulders back and you're going to squeeze those shoulder blades. And then you're going to roll them forward and you're just going to reach over above your head and then back down. Okay. Those are going to be the warm-ups this time. This is going to be for the whole month of June. So as we get through June, you're going to feel familiar with this. All right, I've given it a few minutes. We're going to get started with this, and that's all the exercise warm-ups that we're going to go over. And then I'm also going to show the 2 exercises for this week. I want to go ahead and show these as individuals. And then on Tuesday, we will go over those again, and we will put those into the circuit flow as we normally do each month. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome into Mindful Movements. We are starting week 1 of June. So this is going to be new exercises. We're going to have all new warm-ups, all new exercises. We're going to have some stretches. We're going to have some fun with this. So today I want to go over the warm-up and the first 2 exercises. And I think I might go ahead and go over the 2 stretches. That way you have those, unless we don't have enough time. And then I will go over those on Tuesday. I'm just looking at my paper this morning. All right. Remember, as you get started, if you're just now starting with any fitness or nutrition program, please remember to reach out to your healthcare professional before you start any of these things. Always listen to your body as you get moving. If there's something that does not feel right, if you have any sharp pains or anything like that, please, please, please stop them. You can always stop the movement and retry. But if that doesn't work, stop it altogether until you speak with a professional. All right, so our first one is going to be that forward and backward step, and you're going to step and hold. So you're going to step forward and hold. And you're going to step back and hold. You're going to step forward. Oh, you're not seeing my feet. I got to step back some more. All right, let's see. I'm trying to work with these cameras here this morning. So we're going to go from here to here. So forward, hold, okay? And then you're going to step back and hold. This is more of a coordination and keeping your stability, keeping your core engaged as you do this. And you're going to step forward and hold. Drop that foot, step back and hold. Okay, so it goes here and here, here and here. And then you're going to switch sides. So whichever side you went forward with, that's the foot that's going to go backwards to hold. So now we're going to switch sides. I'm going to use my right foot, forward, hold, backward, hold. Ooh. And you can see that one doesn't do too well for me. I have had a total ankle replacement, so sometimes it's a little off and it doesn't like to do what I want it to do. So here we go. We're going to try it again. Forward, hold, backward, oh, backward, hold. Make sure that you're near somewhere sturdy. That way, if you do need to touch the wall when you do this, it's okay. Find your happy spot and make it work. Good morning. Welcome in. Good morning. Oh, Rach, good morning. Thanks for coming in. I'm only live over on TikTok this morning. I am on YouTube, but I'm recording for next week. So thanks for hanging out. Maybe you can chat with me, and it makes me feel good to know that I know somebody in here. Can you hear me okay on TikTok? Let me know if you can hear me okay, because that's very important for me this morning. Okay, good. I was afraid that you couldn't hear. I do have an air conditioner running, and then of course I'm far back because I'm showing everything. So here we go. We're going to do that forward hold, back hold, forward hold. Remember, if you need something to touch the wall to help you stay a little steady, that's okay. And back hold. All right. We'll do that again. Forward hold and back hold. All right. Now we're going to switch sides and do the other foot. Forward hold and back hold. See, my left foot is not going to do it very well. Hold. Make sure you're near something steady if you need it. And back hold. Just like that. Okay. The next one is a side tap. So you're going to tap. Just like that. I have to make sure that I'm close enough to the screen. So we're going to turn this way now. And I'm going to go over here. So we're going to tap hold. Whoop. Okay. I'm touching the wall just to help me with stability. I'm not leaning on it. And as you do this, focus on that core staying nice and tight, engaged, and that's going to help you with a little bit more of stability. Now, I have other issues that keep that from happening 100%, but I don't give up. So that's what you need to know. This is a do not give up room. So the next one is going to be that side reach stretch. We're just going to stretch up and over. You're going to feel this in your side. And then you're going to go down. Castro, good morning. And back down. Oh, can you tell me if that just shut down on YouTube? I just had a glitch. And over. That's going to be the next one. We have a couple more of our warm-ups to go. We're going to do that hip hinge sweep. I'm going to try to come a little closer right here. We're going to turn here. So you're going to hinge down, down, down. Remember, your butt goes back, your hips go back, your back stays straight. And when you get into that hinge, you're just going to sweep those arms down and then up. Down, sweep those arms and then up. Good morning, everybody. Oh, thank you guys for coming in here and showing me love while I do this morning. And up. Okay. And the last one is going to be that shoulder roll. So you're going to roll those shoulders backwards. And then you're just going to reach above your head, feeling your shoulder blades move while you do it. Okay. Roll those shoulder blades back, up above your head, stretch, and then right down. Okay. So that is the warm up that we'll be doing for the whole month of June. The two exercises that we're doing for the first week of June are the sumo squat, which is going to be a wide stance squat. You're going to put your feet a little bit more on the wide way. And then you're going to just go down, 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 down. Remember, your knees do not go over your feet. You want to stay lean back with your back straight, down, and push up. Okay, down Go down as far as you can and push up. If you need to do this against a wall, I have a wall right here behind me. My feet are out. They're still really wide. I'm going to go down and up. Now my lower back, my hips are sliding on the wall, down and back. I'm keeping my back as straight as possible. You can lean it against the wall if you want to, but don't press against the wall. You want your body to do this work. You don't want the wall to do this work for you. Down and up. Okay? Sumo squat. And then we're doing the shoulder press. So for the shoulder press, you guys know what that is. We put our hands, I feel like I'm crooked. Put our hands, I like to put my thumbs at my shoulders, whether you're holding weights or not, that's where they go. And push up above your head and then right back down. Push up above your head and right back down. And I actually have resistance bands, so I can show this with both. Sorry, I walked out of the screen. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Oh, thanks for all the likes, Tamara. I hope I said that right. Dana, thank you for showing me love this morning. I have my resistance bands. So we are going to use this one right here, this green resistance band, if I can get it unknotted. Y'all know that I've been traveling, and so I wanted to make sure that I did this for you guys today. Now, I will not be available on Monday, but this is going to be pre-recorded, and I'm hoping to send this out as a pre-recorded live. Not really sure how that's going to work, but we're going to make it work. So you will see this one again on Monday. I'll edit it. It might end up just being content, because if I can't get it to do a pre-recorded live, I'll just make it some content pieces and break it down. Maybe make it stories all day or something like that for Monday. All right. Now, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show the sumo with the resistance bands. I'm going to go ahead and I have handles, and you can use handles, but I'm not going to use them this morning. I'm just going to, because I'm short, I do have the advantage of not doing that. If you are taller, you're going to have to probably use the handles. I'm just going to circle this around, clip this onto the band itself, and then it's going to be big enough for me. I say it is, and then I might be wrong. So for that, we're going to put those feet out. Okay. So you can make this harder for yourself if you want to. If you do these resistance bands, I am going to do this on the wall with the resistance bands, because that's going to help me. And then you just push up. When you have this resistance band in your hand, it is going to make it a lot harder to do that push. Okay. When you're in that squat. And then for the handles, see if I can undo this now. For the handles for the push press or the press up or the shoulder press, whatever you want to call it. Shoulder press will be free right here. Remember, we're going to make this a combo. So when this becomes a combo on Friday, it's going to be different. So it's really tight. So if you're going to do this as your squat to press, your feet are going to have to be a little closer together, because that sumo is going to make it a lot harder to do. If I can get my feet adjusted, you see I have no shoes on this morning. So then you're pressing. See, my arms are at my shoulders. I feel crooked. And you push and down. Push and down. Push and down. There we go. So that's your shoulder press. Now what we're going to do on Friday is we're going to combo that and we're going to make that a one fluid movement. So when we do that, I will be using a lightweight or a water bottle to do that, just because the resistance bands, if you put your feet on those resistance bands and you go into the sumo, it's going to be a little snug and it might be a little bit more difficult unless you have the really long resistance bands. It might be a little bit more difficult to get that shoulder press in when we do the combo. All right, so I'm going to go over the warm up one more time, and then we'll go straight into the two exercises. If you have any questions about the exercises, please put them in the comments, and I will answer them as best as I can once we come into our next live. So if you're watching the replay, you can watch the replay on Facebook or YouTube after Monday. All right, so we're going to do that forward and backward step hold. I'm going to turn here. All right, we're going to forward step, hold. Backward step, hold. Forward step, hold. Backward step, hold. And then we're going to drop and we're going to switch feet. Forward step, hold. Backward step, hold. Forward step, hold. Backward step, hold. This is for coordination, stability. Remember, my left leg is not, my ankle does not do what I need it to do all the time. So make sure that if you are a little unstable and you still want to do this, just touch the wall. That's all you need. You don't need to lean on the wall. Just kind of touch it and it'll help you with that movement. So forward step and backward step. Okay. Now we're going to do a side to side step. I'm going to turn this way. Actually, I'm going to try to do it right here. So now the same thing with the side step. You're going to step side, hold, and then side, hold. Side, hold, and side, hold. So when we do this for seconds, remember we'll be doing this for 30 seconds at a time. The next one is that side reach. This one's a nice stretch. I absolutely love this one. It's a good way to get everything moving and started. And it kind of stretches everything out and gets everything ready to move in the morning. So you're just going to take your hand, go above your head. And as you go above your head, you're going to stretch to the side away from your hand. You're going to point your fingers, and the way your fingers are pointing is the direction you're going to stretch. I'm not close enough to the screen to do this. Up, over, stretch. And you're just stretching your upper body. You're not moving your hips. You're not doing any of that. Your hips are staying in place, and you're just stretching. And then back down. Okay? Last is that hip hinge sweep. No, sorry, that's not last. I need to adjust my camera just a tiny bit over here. Okay. So you're going to do that. You're going to do that hip hinge sweep. So it's going to hinge over. Your hips are going back. Your butt's going back. You're down. And you're just going to sweep those hands down and then up. Down, hinge over, sweep those hands down and up. Sweep those hands down. Good morning. Welcome in. And up. Okay. Last one is the shoulder roll. You're going to roll those shoulders back. Hands above your head. Dab back right down. Roll those shoulders back. Reach up. Feel those shoulder blades move when you do this. Shoulder roll and up. Okay. That's the next movement. That is our core. That is our warm-ups for the morning. Yeah, good morning. Thanks, Dana. Say hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I'm trying to do a pre-recording for Monday since I will be away. I'm on a vacation. much needed vacation. So I will not be available on Monday, but this is going to be the pre-recording so you can see what we're doing for the month of June. I wanted to get you started. So week 1 exercises again is that sumo squat, feet wide apart. You're going to get them really wide. They're going to be just a little bit outside of your hips. Make sure your toes are still forward, and then you're leaning back and then coming up. I'm close to a wall, so you can always do this against a wall. Okay. Your feet have to be about out away from the wall, depending on how big you are in the rear. I'm sorry, I have a hiney back there, so I have to be a little further away from the wall. And then I'm just going to squat down and then come up. Okay. So get a good feel of where your feet need to be for you. This is all about you. It's about nobody else. Go down and up. Okay. So my foot is probably 1, 2 of my feet away from the wall, just for comfort for me. So right down and then up. Okay. Keep your back straight when you do this. Go down. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in and up. And then the other one is just our overhead press. Remember those shoulders? You get those hands near your shoulders, and then you're just going straight up. I have to scoot back to make sure that everything shows in the camera, which is very difficult this morning. Up and down. Up and down. Okay, so that's our press. So what we'll do on Tuesday is we will go over our core exercises and we'll go over our stretches for the month. And then we will kind of roll into finalizing the week on Thursday, where we will put them all together. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rooster. What's up? So we went over our warm-up this morning and our 2 exercises. On Tuesday, whenever I come back, I will be live on Tuesday. I will go over the cool down and the core exercises, and then we're going to put them together into a little circuit. Y'all know how I am about circuits on Tuesdays. So we'll do all of them into a circuit on Tuesday, and that way you have them for Tuesday and Wednesday to work on. And then Thursday, we're going to do the whole thing in a circuit. We're going to put this whole circuit together for Thursday, and then our combo will be on Friday. So if you have any questions about the exercises that we've gone over so far this morning, I know we have a lot and we have a big start, but I think this is a great way to do it this morning. So I'm going to scoot to the camera really quick. Let's see if I can get in here. And if y'all have any questions about the exercises, we did go over the full warm-up this morning and the 2 exercises for the week. So if you have any questions about the exercises or the warm-up for the week, please let me know. I would love to hear from you and make sure that you understand it. And you can work on these exercises. So what I'm going to do is, since I've recorded this morning, I'm going to take the recording and I'm going to break them down. I'm going to chop them up, make them content for this weekend, content for the week, and that way you have all these exercises. And you can follow through with those for the weekend. And then when we come back together on Tuesday, you will feel good about them and you will be confident enough to throw these into a circuit as we move forward into the week. Remember, we go circuits, we do all the things. I put them all together. And then Friday, we will do the 2 exercises. Those will become a combo exercise. So remember that. Make sure that you remember on Friday, we build a combo exercise out of these movements. So if you have any questions, make sure that you go into Facebook or YouTube after Monday, and you can comment on there and you can ask questions. You can comment on any of the videos that I post with the exercises and ask any kinds of questions. And that way, whenever I come back in on Tuesday, then you can be ready for those, or you can have your questions ready for those on Tuesday. So If you were with me this morning, thanks for hanging out with me. Um, if you have any questions, I'm going to scroll up really quick. I am only live really on TikTok because YouTube is private, so only people that I let know can see me this morning, I think. Um, but I had to do that just for the recording. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to scroll up because there's been a few people in here this morning on TikTok. Good morning. What the heck is CNN 360? James, good morning. I've seen you in a few times. Okay, I don't see any comments, and I went, yeah, yeah. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, ooh, well, keep us posted. Definitely keep us posted. Um, after this live, if you're watching this live this morning, after right now, I will be off social media for the weekend, other than posting up some of the content that I have ready that I want to show you guys the exercises. So I'm going to work on that today. And if I don't get it posted today, be watching for it in the morning. I'm so excited. I'm so ready for this little vacation and to enjoy some time with my husband and family. So, all right, guys, if you don't listen to me, I always like to end my day by saying that this is your personal journey, but you never, ever have to do it alone. So you can always join us on Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central. See ya.